Hello, everybody. So, there's this YouTuber that I watch, and she's very inspiring because she just gets on the camera and she just starts talking. And I was like, when I make videos about like topics, usually like I plan it out and like it takes a long time for the message to get out, but that's just not realistic. And like me, my message or mission is just to like spread my art, talk about my life experience, and just be myself. And what is the easiest way than to just get on here? So I don't really know you guys like that, but I do know about me. So what should I talk about? The first thing that's coming to my mind is just like it's really hard sometimes to find balance when you're not intentional. I think when you just go through life without a plan, or at least having a little bit of an idea what you want to do, you can just get caught up in anything, especially when you don't know what you want. And like today, I had a really productive day and I have 2 classes today. I already got one of my classes done, and during that class, I was actually doing other things like working on the assignment for that class, working on sending some emails, and then I also had wrote down a list of things I wanted to do, and I actually did those things by like for example, I wanted to find the place to apply for an internship over the summer, and I actually found it. So I have a meeting tomorrow about trying to see if I could get an internship over the summer so I don't have to be at home the whole summer. And then also, I scheduled another appointment for like school so I can get help with an assignment. And so a lot of times, like, this is making me think like you can just sit there and do nothing and wait for life to go by, or you can at least try to make steps to make things happen. And I was talking to one of my friends a week or two ago, because I was like stressed out, and she said, when you know what you want, the universe will bend itself for you. I literally had no clue where this office was to try to set up an appointment, but I happened to have found it, and no one was in there, and I kept walking, and there happened to be someone in the back. So I think what I'm saying is, and I'm speaking for myself, is like just show up and try. That's the best you can do, and there will be help along the way. And especially since I moved to New York, I live alone, like my family's gone. I remember moving here because I have a dream to share my art, to share my life story, to inspire others, and to just go after my dreams. And I think that helps a lot. I think also being easy on myself. Like right now, I'm sitting in the park. I'm actually giving myself time to rest is good. And knowing what my best is for that moment, I've been learning in the past couple weeks. And like I'm always supposed to be like, supposedly you're always supposed to be on 100 at it all the time. What if all I can give today is 30%? Knowing that, I've been able to not be as hard on myself, because like life always throws situations at you. You're not like, if I were to go through life knowing that everything that was gonna happen, it honestly would be boring. And even though it's really scary at times, I'm surprised I'm saying this, but it's actually fun. Let me shift. But yeah, I've really just so far like been going into a mode of like just try to do the best that I can and give myself grace for that. And I have these projects that I'm working on and I'm wanting to do, and this applies to me too. Just take the first step. Just take the first step, you know? And that's honestly the hardest part, especially as an artist, when I know a lot of artists, and me too, like, we will just stare at the blank canvas, you know? And this is how I start my paintings. I will literally fill the canvas with color and just play around with it, not knowing what I'm doing, you know? And it somehow turns into this beautiful painting because I started to get ideas from that. And I need to take that advice for myself. I also feel like I'm in a season of transition and transformation and growth. It's been a lot of challenges recently, and I'm learning how to balance and navigate and actually choose to do things that fulfill me and make that a priority. For example, last night I woke up, my sleep schedule, like last night I woke up at like 9 p.m. and I went to sleep at like 3 a.m. and then now I'm up again because I have classes, and the whole time I was thinking like, oh my gosh, I have to do this homework, you know? And I still haven't done it, but my excuse is, oh, I thought we were gonna do it in class. And that's actually the truth. So later I'm gonna go to class and show up, but at least I'm showing up, you know? And I can still work on the homework later. Because usually what I will do is I would just like skip class. I could skip class, not do my homework, and feel bad about myself because of like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. But at least going to class, I'm showing up for myself. But I'm in this period of like, there's a lot more going on. You know, this is New York City. I'm not in Little Rock, Arkansas anymore. There's a lot more stuff going on, and I am learning how to adjust. How do I navigate through this? How do I navigate my new environment? How do I navigate how I treat myself? How do I navigate how I show up? How do I navigate or choose what is most important to me while having to still fulfill my duties? Right now I feel really happy because I'm able to just sit here and give myself some time for peace. And a lot of times I would just look on my phone instead or something. Like maybe I would just go back to the room and look at my phone. But also like that's all I could do when it was like now it's spring, but that's not true. I could actually find somewhere and just enjoy myself regardless. But like I think it's all about what I'm realizing too. It's all about what you focus on. What you focus on and what you put your energy into to what fulfills me. And that's really where I'm at right now, is asking myself, asking the different parts of myself, because there's one class right now that I'm always late to, and I'm realizing that there's some part of inside me that does not like to go to that class because the teacher doesn't care about the class. So why should I? I was really excited to go because I wanted to learn all these things, and the teacher is just showing like presentations the whole time of like YouTube videos. And so I'm realizing, what are the different parts of me? Like, I heard this analogy from this poet. I went to a poet workshop earlier this week, and she was saying how there's multiple, like, for me, there's multiple men inside of my house, inside of me. And guarantee you, if you put them all at a table, they're all gonna feel a different type of way about something. And so when I think about that for the school example, I think about, oh, the little kid in me doesn't want to go to this class. It wants to just play outside. Um, the teenage me is like, this is like, why am I even here? I want to be at home. The now me is like, oh, I want to show up to class because I want to pass the class. And so there's all these different parts of me that feel different ways. And she was also saying like, how can you come in agreement with that when you make your decisions? That's what I got from it. How can you at least become aware of these different parts so you can understand how you self-sabotage and how you act the way you act? And it's making me look at my decisions differently. And making me think, what type of decisions do I want to make for my life? I know where I see myself. I can see it. Like, I can see myself doing all these different things, and it's all about taking action and trusting myself, like I was saying earlier, taking that first step. So, I'm proud of myself. I'm actively taking steps, and I'm actively also like not knowing where I'm going, but at least I'm trying. At least I'm actively doing something. So I can't be hard on myself for that. And a lot of times people say like, oh, just believe in yourself, just believe in yourself. But that's exactly why sometimes I think I self-sabotage, because maybe what I believe is causing me to act the way I'm acting. And I think, like I was just saying, it's all about taking different actions. One of my good friends, he's like a mentor, and he said that like, it's all about the brain and how the brain is wired. If you take the left path every day to go in the garden, and you pass by, so you walk every day on that path starts to get made, right? The grass moves, and then also on that path to walk around, you hit a bush and it cuts you every day. But one day you decide to take a different path and you go around the other way. And so now you have to start pushing things around, moving things, like the grass is moving, but there's no bush. And so now you walk around, and as you're walking around, you can actually see the bush for how it is, and you're not being hurt anymore. And then you keep doing that new habit, and then the other stuff, the path starts to disappear, and the shrubs and the grass grows over, and it's like it was never there. And honestly, I'm doing that right now. I have to be proud of myself. I'm making new habits. I'm being aware, and it's all about being intentional, and it's all about what I want to focus on. That's the main thing I want to take away from this video, is that I could be on my phone right now. I could be like at a restaurant right now. I could be on a bus to a different city, skipping my class. I could be working on launching my website. I could be talking bad to myself right now. I could be doing so many different things, and really it comes down to I'm infinite. Like, I am infinite, and now I recognize and acknowledge that. And now it's like, what do I want to do with that? Where do I want to take it? How do I want to feel?